right, welcome to this On Location podcast where we are coming to you right here from the Kigali Exhibition and Conference Village right here, and otherwise known as Camp Kigali, where the action has been taking place. 4 good days of conversations, 4 good days of real talk, 4 good days of powerful and meaningful connections happening right here at the East African Congress of Accountants, otherwise known as EACOA. My name as always is Eugene Anangwe. Welcome to this podcast that is powered by the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Rwanda. Now, I'm not alone here. I'm here with the Chief Executive Officer of Rubicola, Joseph Owolabi. I enjoyed doing your bio.
Thanks, Eugene.
And I'm so happy to be talking to you right here on this particular podcast. What is it that you're hearing from this convention so far?
Eugene, thanks. The pleasure is mine. I'm so excited to be here. It's amazing. You know, I've been here in Rwanda for several visits, but this is amazing to see ICPAR flying the flag for the East African community, and just coming up with topics that are topical. You know, the themes are relevant to our times. You know, when you talk about digital, revolution sweeping around the world, and the enormous opportunities for a country like Rwanda, but more importantly, all the neighbors, Ethiopia, Burundi, Uganda, Kenya, and what have you. So I think, the digital space is amazing. We've also heard conversations yesterday around just harmonization and bringing all the accounting bodies together so that we can have uplifts in all of the processes, but also efficiencies that members want to see. Of course, there's still other topics such as sustainability, which we expect to hear from. But I think it's just amazing. There's the buzz around. Everybody's excited to be here. The weather is amazing. It's not too sunny. It's not too chilly. So I think the temperature in terms of the participants have been high, and I'm also excited to be part of that community.
I want you to just take a few minutes and just drive us through the themes that you've seen at this convention and how they stick out, especially for the development of the accounting profession, not just in Rwanda, not just in the region, but the continent of Africa.
Thank you, Jane. I think, there are many thoughts we've heard so far, but one that really resonates with me strongly as an African born out of Nigeria, but now living in Australia, outside in, when I look at the topics such as the consolidation of that African continent, thinking about that free trade zone area where we can move trade as well as services seamlessly across the continent, similar to what you have in blocks like European Union. That for me is, the number one, excitement, right? If you think about all of the over 50 countries in Africa, and the fact that the numbers we were hearing yesterday was just mind-blowing. 400 billion potential in terms of what it could mean, 16 million new jobs. So when I hear all of those exciting opportunities, I'm just excited for the continent in terms of what we can achieve. So that's stuck out to me of all of the other areas. But like I mentioned, there's so many things going on here. No matter where you're focused as an accountant, whether it's in the digital area, it's in cyber, it's in sustainability, it's in budgeting, it's in public accounting. We've heard a bit about that also in terms of IPSAS and what that means for accountants across the continent, and also the capacity building, what we need to see, the uplift and the quality of developing the future accountants of tomorrow. So I'm so excited, I'm pumped, and I'm really loving what I'm hearing.
Right, I'm happy to hear this. But then when all is said and done, and everybody takes their plane back to where they've come from, those who live in Kigali go back to their homes and back to their business, how do we ensure that things don't remain business as usual, that this convention sparks something in us? What is it that we need to do to ensure that this is not a lost opportunity?
I don't think so. I don't think we have, the risk is there, but I think there's a lot of milestones and opportunities and junctions where we can sense check the progress. So like you said, ICPAR has done an amazing job. Just putting this together, close to 800 delegates here present. I understand there are other people dialing in on online, joining this. So that's amazing. Also, the level of coherence with all the PAOs. You've seen ICPAC from Kenya, ICPAU from Uganda, all of that, Tanzania, everybody's here and they're having the conversations, the CEOs, the presidents of the council for all of this professional accounting organizations are here. And I think they're going to take all of that back to their homes. So I'm not even based here. I'm based in Australia. But I'm going to take this back with me to communities where I represent, Australia, but to Nigeria, and continue that good work. I think the accountants that are also here, many of them managing partners of firms, many of them, chief finance officers, of captains of industry.
Yeah.
They are also pumped to see how they can translate this to opportunities for their firms, wherever they might come from across the East African corridor.
Yeah.
But more importantly, the big businesses that are here supporting our sponsors and where we've got our representation, I believe they're going to take this back home and continue that fire. So I think the risk is mitigated.
Right,
yeah.
right. How do you plug in on such a convention?
Yep.
What do you bring on the table, or you are the table?
You can say that again. No, Eugene, I think, first of all, Rubicola started 4 years ago in the middle of that pandemic. But more importantly, Australia was going through what we call a black swan. In 100 years, we've not had that kind of bushfire. It destroyed, over 1 billion animals and all of that, and humans and all of that. And that prompted me to start Rubicola.
Yeah.
Rubicola is the first firm in Africa to be licensed as a verifier for green bonds.
Yeah.
So green bond is an opportunity for African countries and governments to attract financing for the development we need to see in power, energy, in green buildings and whatever. And we are leading that. We're partnering with firms locally to get that message across. So we're so excited to work with ICPAR. First, to ensure that there's awareness among accountants about green finance, climate finance, sustainability. There are new global standards coming up, which are effective this year. IFRS S1 and S2, which we're also communicating across to all accountants and helping them with that. So we're excited to be partnering with such iconic organizations as ICPAR to drive that message of sustainable planet and sustainable development.
Right. Joseph Owolabi,
yes.
Thank you so much for making time, the Chief Executive Officer of Rubicola.
Thanks, my host.
Having a chat.
I appreciate you.
All right.
Thanks, brother.
Take good care of yourself.
Cheers.
Right. Cheers.
Bye.
There you go. Joseph Owolabi, the Chief Executive Officer of Rubicola, giving us his 2 cents or his point of view, especially when it comes to the Congress that has been taking place right here. And of course, we'll be having more conversations like this one. Stick around. Stay with us.